It's Revenge of the Nerds in every sense of the word. I got myself a gun. Oh, we're on. This is embarrassing. Don't curse, Keith. When you curse in the first couple minutes, it affects ad revenue negatively, and it's not worth it. Plus, you saw this coming. It's a trick that you do. You hit record, then you acted like you were caught, so it's not a big deal, and everything's going to be aces. Hi, folks, y'all. I'm Keith Malley. Welcome to Keith and the Girl.
Hi, I'm Chemda.
Hi. Let's get right to it. I have big dad update news. If you're a fan of my father,
it's weird to say fans of father, but I know that since we have keithandthegirl.com/dad, there are fans of the saga, and I know part of it, but I specifically did not read your whole Reddit post or see the pictures because I want it told right here. So afterwards, I'm going to see it because I feel like seeing the proof, the things that basically Keith puts it as a picture on Reddit, but that's what he's printing out, and that's the story we're going to get later. So I like seeing the process afterwards.
I'm thinking about the songs I was just singing. It was a big movie weekend for me. I saw the new Venom, the Too Many Saints of Newark, New Jersey. The Sopranos movie, I don't think you'll really get it if you don't know all the characters, you don't really care. But if you do know who Tony Soprano's dad was a little bit, even just a little bit, then you're like, then this guy has weight to him. Otherwise, you don't care. All those little different things.
Really? Can I ask you, okay, so I can't, when people go, did you watch The Sopranos? I'm not completely clueless, but right. I can't say that I know which character is what. If I know that The Sopranos is basically a mob movie where the same mob people exist, can I watch it then? Or do I need to specifically know what's funny and interesting about these particular mob people?
You would want to know what's funny about those mob people.
Oh my God. How many seasons is The Sopranos? Because that's a lot.
68 episodes.
Okay. Now that we're in a bingeable culture, that's not as bad. That's right. That's not crazy.
It's odd though. They made Tony's a homosexual when he was a kid, felching everything, and then you'll see. But
I mean, obviously, it's a choice.
Silent Trailers tickets are now up. Speaking of movies, the lineup of comics that's posted too. Check it all out at keithandthegirl.com/tickets. Go now. The event starts this Saturday.
I mean, I don't want to spoil. I like when we're like the lineup is posted and you go check it out because I like revealing it that way. But I will tell you that when you look at the lineup, you might think, oh, Muhammad might be coming.
Oh my, yes.
Yeah. Or, the great Rasta God.
Or version of James Bond. keithandthegirl.com/tickets. Go get those now. Football, of course, was this weekend.
Of course, and every weekend because it's football season. High five.
I'm just getting into it.
That's my new intro to your football section. Okay. It's football season all day. High five. And then you go.
And then I go, Steelers lost again.
Oh, but we were excited for like a second.
This is 3 in a row. And everybody else in their division, which is what you care about right now, won 3 out of 4 as opposed to losing 3 out of 4. So it's not looking good. Sometimes it's exciting. The Steelers lose and in the beginning of the season, they come back. But when all the other teams are already at the comeback, it's getting a little scary. First of all, if you guys watch that game, don't kick the ball long to Jake Gyllenhaal. Okay. That was a big mistake with Green Bay. But anyway, do you remember my buddy Dan Steelers from CVS? I ran into this guy who's decked head to toe in Steelers paraphernalia. Catherine said, say hi to him, make a friend. I said hi. We were about to become fast friends. He ended up moving. He texted me after the game. WTF.
Didn't we know a little bit about him? Like he needed a timeout because he was having some life issues.
One night he said, hey, the kids are gone. And my wife is out. How about I come over? And it's like 11 at night or something. I'm like, nah, I'm not really in the mood. He's like, you sure? I have cocaine. Like, yeah.
And then you slowed down on the friends. So you weren't going fast friends. You were going medium. length friends.
So medium length friends. And even if at that level, you can still get in touch every now and again and just say, what the fuck?
So the Steelers lost and he sent you a WTF?
Yeah.
Look at how boys get along. I love it.
Yeah. So I still got my pal. He's still out there.
Wait, so quick math.
Yes.
If you lose 3 out of the 4, what you call division thingies.
Yes.
That sounds like you can't come back and you're completely out.
It's tough. We can come back and they just have to keep failing. That's all.
You just have to do long math.
Yes.
For them to. So 3 out of 4, long math, you could still come back.
Yes.
Okay. We're getting this football thing.
Yeah.
High five. And now the second high five indicates we're done.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. And you'll remember all this? How was your weekend adventures? I heard Chemda was on, I heard it was local news. She was on a New York City subway for the first time since the pandemic.
Thank you. I waited until they stopped closing down in the middle of the night to clean up. I'm a real New Yorker. By the way, you can hear, I mentioned this before, you can hear from my apartment the train announcements, right? Especially in the backyard. And like, you know, at this point, it's not really something that we hear anymore, right?
Right.
But they made sure when we came back from camping, we suddenly heard, we were getting into the apartment and we heard this. And I was like, what the ever loving? You thought like a parade was about to come down. This was the new ad for the Lion King.
Right.
On the train platform.
I've heard complaints about it.
You must have, because for a week we're hearing this, like they could just sing the Lion King at us and give us a commercial whenever they want. Like this is, we're not the only apartment that could hear the train. People must have complained because it stopped after a week. Right, and that's pretty quick in New York, right?
Yeah. So, when money's involved, yeah.
Right. So that's not happening anymore. But now all we hear is Seinfeld going like, hey, wear your mask and you can save on cologne. And I'm like, oh, Lord, is this voluntary? What do you get to, review the script before you say okay to this? It's so weird. Various celebrities of different degrees are telling us to put on our mask. Someone, was like, hey, put on the mask, blah, blah, blah. And then turned slightly sass on the last thing and said, and hey, everyone wants to go out. And we're like, this is very interesting what we're hearing from the train. Anyway, first time on the train, haven't been on in a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And we've moved into the future without me realizing. And I didn't need a Metro card. I waved my phone and my Apple Pay in front of the turnstile and I'm going right in.
And you don't, sometimes with the card, I fuck up and pay twice. You don't pay accidentally with the phone?
I am an Apple Pay expert.
Okay.
I look at people funny when they tell me they don't have Apple Care anymore. That I'm like,
Apple Pay, right.
You not only have Apple Pay, you don't have me coming back because I don't know what year you're at. The trains are taking it. So I'm in there and I'm seeing all the new propaganda, on the walls. There's no more doctors, is more. Now it's dating apps that are doing like finger through the apple as if that's a dick through a vagina or an ass, whatever it is. And it's like someone for everyone. I'm like, how is this okay? Of 2 heads with like 1 tongue between them. Yeah. And I'm like, yep, explain that to your children. Sure. Quick. And, so one train has like the entire train is basically anywhere you can have an ad is some kind of sexual reference that's like tongue in cheek, but this is tongue in tongue. Why is there, you know what I mean?
And even food companies are doing that. They'll show a hot dog and a donut and then be like, get grocery stuff in 15 minutes or less. They really got to be clear in these posters. Is this food or fucking? Because it's all fucking.
Right. And by the way, did everyone decide to start a 15 minutes or less grocery trip? Like it's now every other ad is a different place trying to get you groceries within 15 minutes, which I appreciate. I just think it's different. It's weird how that happens all at once. So anyway,
but still, it's so Dunkin' good,
Right. Let's explain lots of things to our children, but don't write the word vagina anywhere. That's actually a real word that they need to know. Anyway, we're on the train. So yeah, those are the ads, or you go to a different train car and the ads are about putting your mask on. And of course, you know, they're obviously advertising to adults because we're the ones who need to tell the kids to do what to do. So it's either sexual or, is this how you wear a mask? No.
Right.
Is this how you wear a mask? Is this how you wear a mask? You got it. And like, the face is just basically an emoji, and it's like,
right.
Frown, frown.
I don't have it right. My nose is showing.
Yeah. And it's like, save a life you don't even know. And it's like, the more you know. Like, how are you advertising our tongues in people's asses and in their faces? And also like, will you wear the mask like this thing? No. Let's try again. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway,
were people behaving? Do you get nervous about it? Are people wearing the masks?
Well, specifically, I went at a time where it's not peak hours. So like very few people were on the train. Also, so there were so few people you didn't even have to worry about distancing, and everyone was wearing their mask. So didn't feel like a threat. Now to go to my brother's place, which is where we were going, you take the train to the Long Island Railroad. Yes, Long Island. Anyway, so you take the train about 45 minutes, then you get off at Jamaica. Let me express.
Jamaica?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You went the long way.
Jamaica, Queens.
Oh.
And if you're doing this commute, you actually don't have to go above ground at all or go at like street level at all. You could just transfer between one to another. I say this because because a lot of people are taking the air train through there. That's a big hub. And so there's a lot of people with suitcases, a lot of people who are tourists. And if they were come up surface level here, it would be such a shock to them. This is homeless people right away, panhandlers, and then, I mean, we went outside because we're going to smoke in between, you know, the things and maybe get a bite to eat.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
So it's not as, but it has that error of there's like some stuff happening here.
Error is the right word. Yes, there's some kind of error going on out there.
So, but check it out. So we cross the street. We're only crossing the street. This is the first block we're going on. We hear commotion. This woman's yelling, you know, that's not right. After everything I did for you, blah, blah, like at the top of, like, you could have heard it from at least a block or two
and
away.
It was an announcement to wear your mask.
And there doesn't seem to be any physical commotion too hard. But we see two cops there. And now this same woman is yelling and leaving, you know, sort of like if she were a record, she'd be fading out.
Okay.
You know, and so she's coming out, and the cops seem very relaxed. They're smiling. They understood it was a moment. Nothing felt weird. Nothing felt like there was a threat. They start walking away. Now, as soon as the cops pass us, we also pass this guy who goes sour diesel, you know, purple kush or whatever it is. And these are all names of weed, right? And Xerxes notices he's holding very openly like 3 packs of weed. And we're like, holy shit, this guy does not give a fuck. The cops just passed. They're in full gear. So it's not like undercovers or anything. And I think they're in earshot. And we were like, okay, brazen. And it is a slightly more brazen neighborhood. And by slightly, I mean a lot. Right. And so we're like, all right, that's that guy. 3 steps later, and we see a person set up with a folding table, a camp chair, and weed displayed.
Huh.
Yes, like dime bags, 20s, bigger than that. And we're like, okay, there's a cop, like the cop just passed. Did he pass this? Like, do they scoop it in a bag as the cops come back? Because they're still on the corner and we're still on this block. So we're like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. We go a little bit more. We see another setup. This is still on one block. Another setup. This guy's on a crate and he's got like 3 or 4 bags out. We're like, what is happening here? Like, you know, we paid Apple Pay to come to like the future or something. We go a little bit more. There's like a young woman, maybe she's 19, 20, and she's got the whole display. And we're like, that's it. We're asking, okay, hey, are you selling this? And we're like, oh, she's going to give us some obscure, like, no, I'm selling these toothpicks, but they come free with this, weed bag. And we're waiting for this. And she's like, these are 10, these are 20, these are 50, and these are 100. And we're like, you said prices and you pointed to bags. Whoa.
Did you ask her what's the story?
Yeah. I was like, the cops are down here. We both were asking, the cops are down here. And she's like, oh, they don't care. I mean, they don't like it, but they don't care. They don't bother us. They know what we're doing. And we're like, all right, we look around for like, hidden cameras, or sometimes, on St. Mark's, a friend or two of ours has done a deal, or it looked like they did a deal, and cops came out of nowhere and swarmed, even for a dime bag. So we're like, all right, where are the cops? Where are they going to swarm from? And she's like, no, they don't care. Do you want some? We're like, you're not going to get arrested. Everything's fine. We're going to buy weed from you.
Did you?
I go, is there THC in this? Because like, stop fucking around, and she goes, oh yeah, this is weed. This is this kind of weed. This is that kind of weed. So we're like, all right, what's the cheapest amount? Because now we have to have this experience.
Sure.
And she goes, $10. Xerxes pulls out a 20 and she's like, I don't have change yet. And we're like, okay, is this a setup? Is that where the setup starts? And I'm like, I have a 10. Oh, is opening my purse a setup? Like, now you're going to see how much money I have. Like, what's the setup? This is so crazy. And I gave her a 10 and she goes, that's your bag right there. We take it. We keep looking around as we walk down the block, as we turn the corner. Nobody cares.
How did they find out? Who's the first person to find out if people care?
Right. And it's, weed now, possession of weed is not illegal anymore, but the selling of it is illegal. So
you can roll it on a cop's hat nowadays. It's anything fucking goes in New York.
It's amazing. And then I didn't take a picture because it was already like our heads were exploding already. So when we came back later, we popped out again so we can see if we could take a picture. But unfortunately, it seemed like we were coming at lunchtime. Like people were eating instead of selling the weed. And there was only one guy with the crate with the, 3 or 4 bags. I only got a picture of one. But as we were trying to, get an idea of the neighborhood, we turned around. As I was trying to get the pictures, we turn around the corner again, just one block. We turn and people are openly playing dice.
Okay.
And so we're like, okay, dice. That's like still New York normal, right? But no, not anymore. Yeah, not in as many places as it used to be, but you still kind of see it here and again. But then you see Xerxes noticed them pull out a glass pipe. And they were old enough where they're not like modern and, this is like some vape or something.
Right.
This was being smoked like, what is it? Meth or
crack?
The other crack maybe. And then he also noticed as soon as we were getting a little close, he quickly lit up a cigarette, sort of seemingly to hide the smell. And we were like, oh, no. Pardon us. We're going to cross the street now.
This is your house, right?
Right. Yeah. No, our bad that we even got this close that you would think you have to turn on the air freshener.
Right.
We will remove ourselves. We turn the corner again. This is again, just around one block.
How many corners are there?
Yeah, just one block. We turn the corner again and we lit up our
joint.
Our joint. And I'm like, oh shit, there's a cop car at the end of the block. And I'm like, wait, hold on. We're not illegal. Xerxes is like, we are the most legal people here right now. Yeah. But we're the ones going like, they're going to catch us smoking weed. Oh, wait, we're allowed to do that now. So there's all kinds of stuff happening now that we're out and about. It's a new world, I guess.
Your phone pays for things.
Yes.
People are rolling outside. And that's just one block you were at.
Mm-hmm. Literally around one block. Very, very fascinating.
You were going to see your nephew? Is that why?
Going to see the nephews, Michael and Maricella's kids. They have 2 now. One is almost 2 and one is 4. And also children's books are different. They've got a book called, wait, before I tell you about the book, let me tell you about this knock knock joke that never ends. Okay, ready? Okay. Memorize this because apparently this is funny for hours. Okay, this is the 4-year-old's knock knock joke. Knock knock.
Who's there?
A rat.
A rat who?
A rat who pooped on your head.
Oh, no.
And then you have to laugh. And then it's like, oh, that's funny. Knock, knock.
Oh, no. It's everything pooping on me.
It's everything pooping on you. And you know what triggers it? Anything. Like the reason I said rat this time is maybe you said a rat. I don't know. whatever. So he's got that whole joke over and over again. Very cute, adorable. And they have these new children's books. This one's called It's Okay to Make Mistakes. Okay, beautiful. And as I read the title, I throw my cup across the room by accident and I make a spill. The first page on this book is It's Okay to Make a Mistake. And it shows somebody spilling a cup. Ooh. And then and it goes, because you can clean it up. And I was like, I did that. And then it shows like the different ways it's okay to make a mistake. And then it says ways that you can work it out, to like tools that you can use if you make a mistake. And one of them is breathing, like OMAT for a minute, breathing for a minute. And then the kids, they're like, you want us to show you how we breathe? And I'm like, okay. And they go right into it. Right. It's just like, it's no, and I've watched their parents going like, hey, you're okay. You need to breathe. And they go into it. But now I heard something. I'm like, what are you actually saying, Max? And he goes, poop on your head.
Oh, it's the new These Nuts.
Poop on your head.
What are you saying? Poop on your head. God damn it.
So his calm down mantra is poop on your head.
Whatever works. Yeah.
How great is that?
It's great until it's going to be a tick.
Yeah. It's going to be the poop on your head guy.
Let us begin the meeting. Poop on your head. I noticed that the accounts.
Yeah, basically, it's always funny when someone gets poop on their head. We also created the song while their parents were on, and the song is called Poop on Your Head. That's right. Thank you very much.
How's it go?
Poop on your head, poop on your head, poop on your head, and then they faint.
Okay.
And then we start over.
I have an email from our buddy Elvis Rico. He just got the tattoo. That's cool.
That's great.
So you had fun. It sounds like
it was fun.
Are you going to be going out and about more now?
Well, I talked to my brother about that because I'm like, well, what's risky and what's that? I'm just going to ask the doctor, like people in my condition, does the shot work enough where I could now be loosey-goosey? And that's how I'm going to go. But also the way back.
I feel like for legal reasons, they can't say you can be loosey-goosey.
Maybe I won't use that terminology.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe but it's funny. Like, can we go out now with these variants or not? It's like, just do the best you can. I can do great.
Right.
I have the luxury of being able to be perfect. Now, do I go out? Well, for your mental health, you should go out. So I can go out. Yeah, but not too much. What?
Right. And I've been in that loop. So I think where I go to is, hey, people with my condition, how many died? How many died after the vaccine? Okay, now we can get those stats and I can make the decision based on that. You don't have to tell me. That's fair, right?
Where do you go, doctor? How many people are on your second yacht? Give me some idea.
But also on the railroad back home, I fell asleep the whole way, which was great. Because there was this woman talking loudly on her phone. And every time I woke up, I'm like, no, delete. This woman does not need my attention. And I just fell back asleep. But Xerxes heard her whole story. Would you like to hear it? I think you would.
Okay. I love hearing people.
Do you love it in this tone of voice?
Conversations. I love it in
this voice. Do you love it in this? I don't even know.
Not only do I love hearing other people's bullshit. I love the people that act like it's so offensive. They're like, somebody's saying a word in public on a bus. And I'm like, then now you're my entertainment. I love it.
Oh my God. You love the whole atmosphere of it.
Yes. Play music too loud. Who gives a shit? We're not babies.
Oh my God. That's the worst.
It's the best.
Music out loud.
It's free music. I can get on the subway. Hey, it's your boy Jadakiss. I'm like, I didn't know we were friends, but okay. Hi, Jadakiss. Wear a mask, motherfucker. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then you hear his music from somebody else, coincidentally. It's an adventure.
Oh my God. I would love to win the lotto, buy a whole bunch of headphones and just hand it out to anyone playing loud music. Ugh. Just like as a nice suggestion, instead of like, passive aggressive, like, oh, someone's playing their music loud. When you have the balls to do it, which is never anymore for me.
Well, what's the story he heard?
Okay. So this woman just got a job, and so did her friend in the same company. And or maybe just her friend just got a job. She's in the same company. She goes, but I don't know if I could work for a company like this. We're like, oh, after what they did to my friend. And it's like, what did they do to your friend?
Yeah,
And
I'm interested.
Right? Here's what happened to her friend. Her friend got the job, and the job is in Newark, and we'll be moving to New York. So she has to move to New York from Colorado. Okay. Since she's going to New York and she has some time, she decided to stop in Florida to do a little like, hey, right before I have to start a job, little vacation, and then I go to New York. She parties. And then the night before her flight or the day before her flight, she does a little too much acid, possibly with some alcohol. I didn't really. Yeah. And then the next morning, she misses her flight. She misses her first day. She calls the office to say, now I'm thinking it's the land of COVID. Should I come in? Right? No, she tells them the story.
Okay.
And was honest with them. And they were like, okay, well, we'll see you when you can get here. And she catches the next flight and gets there. And as soon as she gets there, they fire her. And it's like, well, how could they do that to her? She was being honest. And I'm thinking, you know, you have to be honest. First of all, you're not there. You have to say, hey, I'm not there when I'm supposed to be. And all of a sudden, and to me, that's cause enough to fire you. But you can say, I'm feeling a little ill. I'd rather not go in. But she obviously decided to tell them a little bit too much. And this person is going, I don't know if I could work for a company like that.
Well, you're only as sick as your secrets, you know? So now this person has to say to the therapist, can you hire me? Because I listened to you and I was honest and I don't have a job now.
It's so bananas. But
imagine a therapist told you to do something, you do it, you lose your job. Now you can't pay the therapist. So they feel it a little bit.
Yeah. But the thing is I wonder if she's saying that and going, wow, that's really unjust and like all this shit. Or she's trying to look like a good person by going, well, I don't even know if I could work for them. I mean, I guess I have to go to work tomorrow because we can't both of us lose our jobs. But I feel weird about being there for maybe 2 to 3 days or until you get another job.
Right. No, the two of us shouldn't lose our jobs. Okay, if you think so.
Yeah. I mean, that is what they did to you. Oh, boy. I mean, who hasn't dropped too much acid that they missed their first fucking day of work when they're moving across the U.S. to get the job? How many of us have made an oopsie?
I forgot that. It was her first day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And then you can't tell that much of the truth about it. You can't even say, I missed the flight or the flight got messed up because you don't know how to time your life where your first day matters to you.
I remember actually, I had a waiter job. I did mushrooms. I detailed that in my autobiography with Craig and Adam. And surprise, surprise, it lasts all fucking night. It's the morning and I'm like, I can't go to work. It's my first day. I have to go. It's my first day, but I can't go on my first. So I just acted like there was a miscommunication. I didn't call. I didn't do it. I showed up the second day. Hi, excited to start working for you.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I guess there's a misunderstanding. Okay, no problem.
Oh, this is before emails. This is a verbal confirmation on the phone. Be here on the 1st or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because now they'd be like, no, I clearly sent you a G calendar invite with the right date. You're an asshole.
I tried anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't say I did mushroom. I'm late the first day. It's coincidence. It's the first day. I'm very responsible, but the first day I was on mushrooms.
Right. Yeah. I'm just celebrating the fact that I have a job. Now you're going to take away my celebration.
Right. Get this. I was so happy, right?
You fascists.
There are 14 champagne bottles.
Right.
Anyway, long story short, I'll see you Tuesday.
Oh my God. I don't know what the poll should be for this episode. Do you love overhearing phone calls in a public space? Or have you ever missed the first day of work?
You know what else?
First day.
I also did it was like, let's say I had to be at work at 9, some kind of, secretary desk job. And I showed up at 10. I didn't apologize for being an hour late. I act like that's the way it's understood. Keith comes at 10. From then on, I always came at 10.
What world do you live in?
It's some kind of George Costanza world. It's like, okay, I come at 10. I know that. Hi, I'm here. If you're going to correct it, that's no problem. I don't mind working extra. You didn't? Okay.
I would like to ask myself and the listening audience the following question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you try? Now, this is not necessarily sarcastic.
It sounds offensive.
No, it's something to just like roll around in there. Why do I try? You might have a reason. I try because I care. I try because that's the kind of person I want. Or you might say, why do I try? Maybe because my name's not Keith Malley. I don't know. Maybe I have this face and he has that face. I don't know. I don't know.
It's too late now. If you're working now, you already set up they know when you're supposed to come in. But when you're starting new.
You don't know when I come in.
See? I start to show, Chemda starts it, and then I come in 10 minutes after. Hey, I'm here, and that's the way we've always done it. Well, congrats on your big adventures.
Thank you.
You saw the world, and 20,000 people selling weed.
Fast forward.
Yeah. Here's a dad update. I wasn't just a teasing. I will start pleasing. My siblings got an email from my dad, and it was forwarded to me. So everybody's included but me, but it's exciting stuff nonetheless. Maybe I can still get a piece. Friendship from a stranger is the subject. He now knows how to do subjects. And he's very, very dramatic about them. Friendship from a stranger. The maintenance man, now he, of course, lives in his own apartment closer to my mom. My mom lives in assisted living. The maintenance man for our apartment has become a friend of mine.
Does he know that?
Right away, I'm thinking, doubt it. We all know what a bullshitter he is. I'm like, I don't think that's true, but what else?
No, we've never seen you make a friend in your life, but you made friends. Okay.
He has helped make the transit. Right. And the plumber, my friend, he was fixing my toilet.
Another Costanza move.
I just tipped him $200, but he's my pal. He has helped make the transition to hair so very much more pleasant from day one.
That's because I finally have someone to speak to in general.
He even brings me some meals he makes from time to time. I got him to give me his personal chili recipe. He said this is the first time he ever gave it to anyone. It was wildly delicious. The night when I asked him for it, he personally came down and said, quote, well, I'm really not up to writing it down, so here's a starter kit. He gave me all the ingredients and then told me how to use them.
Was it a pack of McCormick chili seasoning?
Right. Is it seasoning and meat and a tomato? I can't picture this, but he told me how to use them.
This guy didn't want to write down a recipe. He wanted to make you a starter kit.
Right. I later typed out what he said and showed it to him. He said, quote, oh my, I did not think that you were paying that close of attention. That's exactly it. I never had one of my recipes written down before.
Oh my God.
That is exactly what I knew you were listening. You weren't rude, but I didn't know you had such retention. And to even care so much is flattering. You are next level. And the proof is right here. That is exactly what I told you to do.
Your dad is so good at giving himself compliments through people who don't exist.
Yes. And then he wrote, he got married about 2 weeks ago. I just learned of it a few days ago. They have been living together for about 5 years previously. Quote, I guess I got envious of seeing all of your pictures on the wall with you and Kathy. I never had that kind of life, ... Not ever. End quote. I guess I got envious of seeing all of your... He got married because my dad has a picture of my mom on the wall.
She is hot.
I never had that kind of life, not ever.
Oh my God.
That never happened. It's never happened.
Can you just, like, on your deathbed, can you just tell us you were joking about all this dad stuff? Like, you made it up. Again, you know, like, you wanted to prove to people when they say things like, guys, I can't even make this up. You wanted to be like, I can.
I really couldn't. You wouldn't know when to stop pushing it. Somebody brought up a point. If it was a movie script, they'd be like, rewrite it. This is ridiculous. Rewrite it and put an alien in it. Some people can believe in. I guess I got envious of seeing all your pictures on the wall. He can't have more than 3 pictures. It doesn't explain a life of adventure.
Also, like, how many maintenance guys are getting all like, loose with their feelings and like how quickly he bonds with this one person, although he never bonded with anyone, including his wife in his life.
Right. This is his new best friend, but he just found out he got married weeks ago. He just found out a couple days ago that he got married weeks ago.
Right. He was very clear on the, I heard longer ago, so maybe we just got friends. He would have invited me, but we just became friends.
You're the inspiration. You weren't invited.
Right. Even if it was last minute.
Yeah. It's funny story you found out about the wedding. It's because of you. Oh, okay, great. That's all I need to know. He looked at the pictures of me and your mother and exclaimed, "Are you royalty? I just have a feeling. Am I out of line?" He was not out of line.
Are you making this up? Because that could be in the... Okay.
I made that up. The guy. I wonder if the guy does know about him being a prince, though.
You could feel it.
My dad thinks he's a prince. Okay.
I would love, now I don't know how this ends, but I would love for your siblings to hit reply and go, please elaborate. This is such a good story.
Paul wrote, "This man came to me blubbering like a baby, a grown man. He said, 'Sir, you are my inspiration and my spirit's guide.' None of it happened. What I'm saying is he was quite envious of our humble family."
Wait, are you reading now?
No.
Oh, I don't know. Was that the end of the thing?
So that's the end of that.
Oh, what were the last words?
The last words were about being so envious. I guess I got envious seeing all the pictures. I never had that kind of life. Not ever.
That's it. And then your dad hit reply.
That's it. So now know that you were raised properly and you had a good family, even though all your stories are sad. Craig said, "When I tell you it was marvelous, it wouldn't even begin to give it the proper enthusiasm." Then repeated it back to him and he laughed, saying, "Father Mike Malley, that's even more marvelous when I said it, the recipe. You truly are a gift from God of God. Please pass this information along to the world as long as they ask for it." Well, that's funny. He said that. Here's another, here's an email. I did not see this coming.
Now, is this an email from your dad to your siblings again?
Yes.
And then it was forwarded to you.
Correct.
Is this in response to something, or
this is it seems like there's a middle email that I'm missing, but you'll get the gist.
Okay.
May happiness shine on you.
Okay.
I too hope it is going to be a great month for me, for mom, and for each of you. So everybody's hoping it's a good month, I guess. Gosh, Ken, I would never have thought that you were there that long. I guess a new place here in Chicago. Christy, did you get a chance to ride any horses? The pennies in Somerset were dropped into the foundation's diggings, but the one in Portog is clearly embedded in the top of the sidewalk, and it is visible if you know what you're looking for. Who knows? Okay. What did the presentation deal with, Christy? I mentioned the following to Mark. Here we go. But let me pass this suggestion on to the rest of you. The chili recipe is so great. Now, I'm really reading. The chili recipe is so great that I honestly think that one or more of you can make a handsome living opening a takeout-only restaurant that serves nothing but chili, or maybe add halushki to the menu. This is stuffed peppers. I guess like stuff. Yeah. So have chili recipe, have a chili restaurant, and then probably add stuffed peppers, but that's all you need.
Okay.
Use the recipe. Use the recipe that the nuns used in Uniontown. So I don't know what he's talking about. Just ask. But I think you get some nuns in Uniontown made a stuffed pepper. He knocked your Aunt Connie's socks off. So you'll have that, and you'll have the chili from the maintenance guy that didn't want to give the recipe in the first place.
Is this an ignorant question? What's Uniontown?
A city, a town.
Oh, not like some biblical.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what nuns you meant.
Okay.
If you combine a Handel's franchise, that's an ice cream place that he likes. He enjoys
the frozen yogurt place?
Yes. If it's a frozen yogurt place, then that's the place.
If you can add that to your chili / stuffed peppers place?
It'd be a hit. Yeah. If you combine a Handel's franchise, in parentheses, their same type of machines, I'm not sure what that means, next door to it, I honestly believe you could easily earn $250,000 per year per combo location.
First of all, what he means is a handle type. So just frozen yogurt that you can self-serve from their kind of thing. And second, wow, he crunched the numbers.
250,000. By the way, that happens to be what he thinks he's going to get for the house, I found out. So that's just a number in his head. I don't know if he really talked to a person, but, he has that number and it's going to go with everything now.
Interesting.
I
think he's right. And I think you can make a killing out of this. Here's what you do, right? So it's frozen yogurt, chili, and stuffed peppers. All of those things are free. Okay. Everything on the menu, you get one, maybe two, but free every day. And then you charge to use their bathroom.
Smart.
What the fuck kind of combination is this literal shit?
I think he just invented the restaurant Chili's. The more combo locations, well, ... quote, the sky's the limit, as the old saying goes. Here's the
saying of buy a frozen yogurt / chili place.
The sky's the limit.
So, of course.
Here's the final line. If you want the recipe, just ask.
Oh my God.
No one's asking.
Oh my God.
So he told it to Mark. He was close to Mark at that moment for whatever reason. Maybe Mark walked him through a computer problem. And he told Mark. And then now, of course, Mark is like, what? And how offensive, by the way. Mark said, I wanted Mom's old cookbooks. It's like, don't worry about the fucking cookbooks. I got a chili recipe.
Oh, man.
With one franchise, $250,000. Now,
your mother had a recipe book that he threw out and kept this guy's fake chili recipe.
The poll should be, would you like a franchise?
The poll should be, why instead of antagonizing his kids, does Father Malley not make chili and invite them over?
I was raised so fucked up. I didn't even think that'd be an option.
Right. How do you get this looming over your kid's head instead of just going like, hey, guys, I made this chili thing totally cash. Why don't you come over? I'd love for you to try this. And if you want to turn it into a $250,000 business, we can talk after.
Right. Which I should probably ask my new friend for permission, but come on. I got it. I got the recipe. That's what a shady fuck he is. Because it's innocuous, but it is shady. He didn't even want me. I knew it's so fucking perfect. He's kind of upset that I'm a genius. Anyway, we won't give him a cup, but we'll call it Bob's Chili. No, there's no way. It'd have to be called Mike Malley's Chili.
Of course.
Professor Reverend Mike Malley's Chili Prince.
Ew.
Corin writes, and you thought you were just getting an email of good tidings. You weren't expecting a $250,000 a year chili recipe. This person's talking about in an early draft of a book my dad wrote. You heard that correctly. He put a tomato soup recipe. And the three wise men then went over here. But first they had soup, and he rates a soup recipe. He's never cooked soup in his life. I don't know if it's straight from the Campbell's can, add a carrot to does this bullshit. But he had a whole recipe.
Oh, the recipe is just the ingredients list. Add dextrose and dye number 5.
Right. Send me a letter through registered mail if you want to know more. Simmer at a certain amount. Ask me, reader, if you're curious how long that is. And I convinced him to take it out at the time. But he wrote,
big mistake.
Yeah, it is sad. You thought you were just getting an incredible story of the three wise men. You didn't expect a delicious soup recipe. I'm like, how about that's up to the reader?
Oh my God.
Not you. That's like when those comics joke at the end of the set. You were great. You had a great time. I was great. Good night. But to them, it's funny. A joke. Yeah. To my dad, it's not. You loved me. Let's see. Kristen wrote, I thought you were all successfully employed, according to my dad's obituary that he wrote for himself.
Oh, right. But, you
can always do more. You can use more. Well,
this is an opportunity.
Right. I don't know what you guys were thinking about your passion and why you were put on this earth, but I've realized for all of you, it's chili.
Can we just be clear that your dad is retired from his non-working life, but has a lot of time? And so he can actually create emails, stories that would make sense.
He could also create chili and sell it out his window. Navins wrote, no list of which sibling is offered recipe and in which order. How gauche. Joy, the next email you give will give you the recipe, but the last line will read, only an idiot would assume this chili would be any good without the last and most important ingredient. If you would like to know what it is, just ask. Yeah, I can see that.
And that last ingredient is actually love. And on his deathbed, he goes, you never asked for love.
You ever have food and you're like, oh, this was made with love? That's what, but I don't know. He dip his prick in it. Angie says, twist ending. The secret ingredient is the love of Jesus Christ.
I was close.
I'm thinking about
Jesus Christ, just like his love because he's so great.
Should I rate my dad and go, hey, I heard about it. Give me the fucking recipe. Give me the fucking chili recipe. I'm going to have Catherine email, hey, any good chili recipes, Daddy?
No, you should have Catherine email, hey, I moved to Texas. Things are going really well.
Oh, but there's no good chili here.
I just got a fucking hell. I just got a good opportunity to open a storefront, but I don't know what to sell out of the storefront. It has a kitchen, and I always found it helpful to talk to you. Do you have any ideas for a small restaurant?
There's old awning letters from somebody who had it before me for children's clothes. I wish there's a way I can make that work too.
I don't know how to tell you this. He's not smart enough to hear what.
Okay.
You just, that's too subtle. He has to be a genius. Like, hey, you were always great to talk to and always had good insight, and we're able to tell the future somehow, which is really fun. Can you tell me what I can do with this space? You're considering it. I see it in your eyes. You're considering it.
Let's see.
The poll is, should Keith do it?
Okay, right. Should Keith staple his toes together and tell us about it? Yes, well, I think he should. All right, we'll see what happens. If you're new to the show, keithandthegirl.com/dad will explain what we're talking about. Also, like I said, keithandthegirl.com/tickets. That's where you want to be. Silent trailers. It's gonna be toxic.
keithandthegirl.com